For my vulnerable population, I chose the chronic mentally ill. Mental illnesses are common in the United States and around the world. It is estimated that more than 1 in 5 U.S. adults live with a mental illness. Chronic mental illness is defined as conditions with persistently debilitating psychiatric symptoms and severely impaired function. Some chronic mental illnesses may be managed under medicine and care. Otherwise, it really can impair your day-to-day function in your ADLs. Living with a chronic illness can bring about so many different emotions. Sadness, frustration, can be common among these individuals as they come to terms with the limits and challenges posed by their condition, and depending on how severe their condition is. Emotional distress can also stem from the impact of chronic illnesses on personal relationships, work life, and overall daily functioning. This can lead to social isolation and the feeling of being a burden on others, which can aggravate the psychological impact of the illness. So why I chose this vulnerable population. I chose the chronic mentally ill because I have and always had a huge interest in it and desire to learn more about this specific population. I also work on the psych unit, and I plan to work with psych my whole career as of right now, so I felt that this population would fit me best, and I think that I could learn a lot from it, and it would benefit me and my patients. So the first article I submitted was a study of quality of life and reasons for living in patients suffering from chronic mental illness. In this article, the authors investigated the quality of life and many different factors that influence the reasons for living among individuals with chronic mental health conditions. This study highlighted the significant impact that mental illnesses have on different aspects of life, and this includes physical health, emotional well-being, and social functioning. The findings suggest that patients with chronic mental health disorders often struggle with lower quality of life through personal reasons for living, such as family, personal values, and social support. These can play a crucial role in their resilience and coping strategies. The authors emphasize the treatment and physiological support to improve life satisfaction and survival motivation for these patients. The second article I chose was the impact of health promotion activities on the physiological, psychological, and social functions of inpatients with chronic mental illness. So in this study, which was from 2022, the authors investigated the effects of health promotion activities on what the title says. I'm not going to repeat it. The authors conducted this study to assess how structured health promotion interventions could improve different aspects of well-being in this patient group. The results revealed a great positive change in the physical health, physiological well-being, psychological, and social functioning among the participants that engaged in this health promotion. And my third article was mental health diagnoses among children and adolescents with chronic mental health conditions in the large urban cohort. So in this study, the authors investigated the prevalence of mental health disorders in children and adolescents who have chronic mental health conditions. Using a large urban cohort, the study found that these young individuals were at a higher risk of developing mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and behavioral health disorders. This is compared to their peers without chronic health problems. The researchers emphasized the importance of early screening and integrating care models that address both physical and mental health needs. So resources around me, I live in Pittsburgh, PA, and when looking up mental health clinics in Pittsburgh, a bunch of different resources popped up, but I'm going to list two. So the first one is a community human services that provides mental health services like outpatient, case management, crisis intervention, and residential support. and it helps with individuals with mental health disorders, particularly those that are homeless or at risk of homelessness. And if you've ever been to Pittsburgh, there is plenty of homeless people along the street, so I think that this was a really good resource. The other one was UPMC Western Psych. This is a widely used mental health hospital that offers many different services revolving around mental health. So, it offers inpatient and outpatient care, therapy, psychiatric services, and a wide range of specialized mental health programs for adults, children, and adolescents. They specialize in the treatment for mood disorders, anxiety, schizophrenia, and addiction. They also help with eating disorders, and the different floors take care of the different disorders. At the hospital I work at in Sharon on the psych unit, we typically refer people out to here, or people have been their outpatient often. I hear really good things from it. In a summary, so there's a huge stigma around mental health. People living with mental health conditions have experienced stigma across many different generations, cultures, and societies. Although there is more understanding and acceptance today about mental health conditions, many individuals and communities still hold negative attitudes or beliefs about those living with mental health conditions. And I just hope as the years go on that we can learn to truly just stop the stigma. And my last statistic is more than 47 million American adults are experiencing a mental illness, and yet 57% of adults with a mental illness are receiving no treatment. I think a lot of this could be from them just not being able to receive the treatment because of money or transportation or whatever, but a large portion of this, I think, is the stigma around it and what people say about you. And I just think that mental health is just as important as physical health. And these are all of the reference I used. Thank you.